Borough Board of Appeals. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Whitley? Mr. Lee? Mrs. Les?
Present.
Mrs. Collins?
Present.
Chairwoman Chanat?
Here.
You have a quorum, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you. Second item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the December 22nd meeting. May I have any amendments or corrections or motion to approve?
Madam Chair, I'd make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
Thank you. Second. Thank you.
Mrs. Collins?
Yes.
Mrs. Les?
Yes.
Mr. Whitley?
Abstain.
Chairwoman Chanat?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. On to the excitement. Item number 3, special exception application number 868, resolution number 17-01-BOA, 354 Main Street, filed by ExclusiveBlu, requesting approval of a special exception to operate a restaurant with live entertainment and rooftop seating / bar area. We'll take a reading of the record, please.
Good evening. Special exception application number 868 was filed on January 4th, 2017 by ExclusiveBlu, care of Mr. Patrick Davis, 354 Main Street, requesting approval to operate a restaurant that would provide live musical entertainment and have an outdoor rooftop dining area located at 354 Main Street, located in the Commercial Village Zone. Under date of January 4th, 2017, a memorandum asking for comments was sent to the following city departments: Department of Public Works, the Police Department, Department of Parks and Recreation, Office of the Fire Marshal and Permit Services. Also on January 4th, the application and the cover letter asking for comments were also sent to the following agencies: Maryland State Highway Administration, WSSC, Prince George's County Health Department, Maryland Department of Planning, BGE, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Prince George's County Department of Public Works and Transportation, Verizon, Prince George's County Public Schools, Pupil Accounting and School Boundaries, Prince George's County Public Schools Department of Capital Programs. A response date January 6, 2017 from the City of Laurel Department of Parks and Recreation stated that the department had no objections or comments on the request. On January 7, 2017, a letter explaining the nature of the application and advising of the scheduled hearings on the application before the Planning Commission and the Board of Appeals was sent by certified mails to all contiguous property owners. All return receipts were received. On January 9, 2017, the City of Laurel Office of the Fire Marshal and Permit Services provided the following comments: a sprinkler system shall be required. A letter from a structural engineer shall be provided to confirm that the roof and deck can handle the load of the proposed rooftop seating area. On January 10, 2017, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission responded stating that the commission had no comments. A response dated January 12, 2017 was received stating that the City of Laurel Police Department had no comments. A response dated January 18, 2017 was received from the City of Laurel Department of Public Works and reads as follows. This department has reviewed the site plan for ExclusiveBlu, a proposed one-story restaurant with a rooftop bar at 354 Main Street. No improvements are proposed in the city's public right-of-way at this time. If any roadway closure or public sidewalk closures are needed for this work, the applicant must contact this department for approval prior to the start of work. The applicant is responsible for repairing any and all damage that may occur within the public right-of-way. If any utility cuts will be performed on a city street, the restoration work must follow the city standards that require the permanent patches in the cut area with a 2-inch mill and overlay from curb to curb and maintain with a minimum of 25 feet in each direction of the cut. The scope of the restoration work will be determined by this department. It is our understanding that the restaurants on Main Street can have parking reductions up to 100%. Therefore, no parking spaces are required for this project. The general notes about this project shall be shown on the site plan. The site plan must also be sealed by a registered Maryland professional engineer. The Prince George's County Health Department provided a response date January 24, 2017, which reads as follows. Complete plans for the proposed restaurant must be submitted for review to assure conformance with the state and county food service facility regulations. The applicant should contact the health plan review section of the Department of Permitting, Inspections, and Enforcement for further information. Also on January 24, 2017, WSSC provided a response stating that the impact of the project will be negligible. No other agencies' responses were received. A memorandum from the City of Laurel Planning Commission to the Board of Appeals dated February 15, 2017 reads as follows. At the regular meeting of the City of Laurel Planning Commission held on February 14, 2017, the following action was taken on the subject zoning application. On motion by Mr. Welford, seconded by Mr. Kish, and carried on a roll call vote by all other members present, the Planning Commission recommended that the City of Laurel Board of Appeals grant special exception application number 868 with the conditions as presented in the technical staff report. The file contains a certificate of publication verifying that this application and public hearing was advertised in the February 2nd, 2017 issue of the Prince George's Centennial. The file contains an affidavit signed by the applicant attesting that a zoning site has been placed on the subject property and shall remain until a decision is reached by the Board of Appeals. That concludes the reading of the file, Madam Chairwoman. As stated, the applicant is proposing a rooftop restaurant with live music entertainment at 354 Main Street. The property is located within the historic district area. The goal of the establishment is to become a prime location for patrons to enjoy live music, happy hour, Sunday brunch, or dinner. The site does not have any on-site parking, but the property is located within the parking modification zone. Late last year, the code was changed it was amended where parking along Main Street and other corridors that are located within the modification zone, the uses could be reduced, and for restaurant uses, the parking was reduced up to 100%. Therefore, parking isn't required on-site for that particular use. The applicant is eager to work with city staff to ensure compliance of the use. In accordance to the code, sections 20-21.1 and section 20-22.38, the proposed use will meet the requirements for special exception approval. Also, for live music entertainment, it must be contained to within the site and cease operations by 1 a.m., and there can be no live music on the rooftop. It is recommended that special exception application number 868 is approved with the conditions outlined. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Any questions of staff right now? No? Okay. Thank you. All right, so on our sign-up sheet, we have a speaker, Tamika Felder.
That was only if I needed to, so I don't.
Oh, okay. So do we have anyone here to represent Mr. Davis? Does he want to come up and put anything in? No? No. Okay. All right. How long is, does anybody have any questions?
I don't have a question. I'm a little bit concerned about the music right in that area on Main Street. Are you proposing to have live music, live bands perform there?
That's actually,
I think you need to come to the podium, if you don't mind, please, sir. Mr. Davis, we might have some questions.
Good evening, my name is Patrick Davis. Thank you for your time. I am the owner of the proposed establishment. The live music will only consist inside the confines of the building itself. As stated, there will not be any speakers or any live music or music broadcast on the open upstairs rooftop area. So everything will be within the actual building downstairs itself.
How many tables, what's the seating
Capacity.
that you expect there in the restaurant downstairs?
I believe right now the seating capacity we have anywhere between 35 to 40.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Have you applied for your liquor license yet?
Not yet. That hinges on where we are today, and I believe that's one of the requirements that's stated with the initial application.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the pictures look like there'd be like, I guess, a bar on the rooftop, and there would be a bar inside also?
That's correct.
And I'm sure for safety's sake, there would be something around the entire area that the people won't fall off the roof.
Yes, absolutely. We'll ensure that it meets.
I certainly hope so.
I have the utmost confidence in the architect who's here with me as well to answer any any technical questions. But
Okay.
we'll ensure that all codes and requirements are met.
How long do you anticipate the renovation work to take?
I anticipate the renovation to take anywhere from 5 to 7 months.
Really? Okay. It'll probably take that longer to get a liquor license too, won't it?
Yeah, liquor license is typically a lot longer than that.
Right, okay. Any other questions? No? Do we need to address the issue? No. Fine, great. All right, thank you.
Just one last thing for the record, I would like to state that this property is located within the Arts and Entertainment Overlay Zone for Main Street.
Right.
So for a lot of those properties located within that zone, it is the goal to get businesses that provide entertainment and art uses as well.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Thank you very much. Any discussions or motions?
Ma'am,
Yes.
my name's Dennis Schraff.
Would you come to the podium and give us your name and address, please, sir?
My name's Dennis Schraff. I own the property next, 356, 358. And we have an apartment that's on the next rooftop that I have an issue about. There'd be a sound barrier wall or something.
That's a pretty good point, inside or outside.
I think that you can hop from one roof to the other. They're like level. So the tenant would be right there, ear level. 2 people on the roof.
You lost me, I'm sorry. If we're here, you're next door, you're
Yeah.
on the right side, facing the building. You're on the right side?
Facing on the right side, above the beauty salon.
Right, there's
And
an
the Java Coffee.
an apartment
Correct.
there. Okay, and if the music is only inside, contained inside,
But there's a bar on the roof with people drinking
and talking, and having a wonderful time. Yes.
Yeah, the window is right there is what I'm saying.
Oh, the window is right there.
Yes.
So even if they put up a barrier, the window is still there.
Well, the window's there, but if there's a barrier wall like they do for traffic, I'm just concerned about the tenant. I'd probably lose a tenant, is what I'm anticipating, or possible.
Well, it's a possibility, I guess, isn't it?
Be my concern.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see if Mr. Davis, as architect, has any input on that
Yes,
as a concern.
yeah,
All right?
appreciate that.
Certainly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you thought you weren't going to talk. Name and address, please.
Good evening, my name is Tanika Felder. I'm an architect with Rutland Group Architects, 6902 Forbes Boulevard, Lanham, Maryland, 20706. What we're going to do, if you can show the picture of the top again.
Is this the one we have here?
No.
No. Oh, that one, okay. Oh, that concept, okay.
So we're trying to be respectful of the existing neighbors. Right where the bar is, it's hard to see from this view, but there's a wall that's going to extend up, that's going to separate the actual bar area. It's going to serve as a barrier between the bar area and his actual property. I think it's about maybe 6 feet or so, if that, between the roof of 354 and the property, the subject property that,
Mr. Schraft.
yes, that he's talking about there. So what we were going to do is put up just a wall right where the bar area is, and that will house the bar components and things like that, but also serve as a barrier between where the main traffic will be, right where the bar is, and the adjoining property. The other areas that are there at the bar are just separate, like lounge type seating, so it only accommodates just a few people.
I was going to ask, what's the seating
Yeah,
upstairs?
it's only a few people, so at the most, I would say maybe 30 people at the most upstairs. But, of course, you'd be seated around the bar, and then there's 3 separate smaller lounge areas where people can gather.
Okay, so you've taken that into consideration, that by putting up a barrier, at least around, you can't really put up,
You really can't.
No, you can't do it around, no.
At least right at the bar, there's going to be a barrier that separates his property from this property.
okay.
So are there steps from upstairs to the
That's
roof?
that enclosure. You see
So it won't be an
that
elevator or-
There's an indoor step that's going to take you from inside.
Will there be an elevator?
I'm sorry.
Will there be an elevator?
No, I think we're not going to do an elevator at this time. We were trying to see if we could fit it within the space, but the space is so limited on the inside.
And that won't be a requirement?
Well, because of the capacity, we were thinking that maybe we could, and the fact of Main Street and the restrictions that we kind of have,
Historic
the
district.
buildings that we have there, that maybe we would be granted a waiver for that.
Okay. If you're not, then what's the plan?
If not, then we would have to try to figure out how to accommodate that within the building.
Any other questions? Ms. Felder? Thank you. Comments, questions? Mr. Schraft, it seems like they're addressing the issue, so it's good that you came.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. If there is no other discussion, may I have a motion?
I hereby move that we adopt the findings of facts and conclusions of law as outlined in the technical staff report for application number, make sure I get it right, 868, and resolution number 17-010A for the Board of Appeals, and move approval of resolution number 17-01-BOA as presented.
With the Planning Commission's recommendations?
Yes.
Yes, okay, all right.
I'll second.
All right, we have a second?
Mr. Whitley?
I vote yes.
Mrs. Collins?
Yes.
Mrs. Les?
Yes.
Chairwoman Shavat?
Yes?
Motion carries.
Thank you. Good luck. Can't wait to come.
Yes.
We'll watch the progress. And is there anything else that we need to discuss? No? Mr. Whitley, thank you so much for coming this evening.
Oh, my pleasure.
And I guess we'll adjourn the meeting.